What's up, chaps and chappets? Welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today, we're absolutely roasting and toasting, really. We've got the 4-4-2. It's looking nice. This team is looking decent. We've literally just constructed this from last episode. This is the first game up against Class on Grass. You know, it's a classic name, really. We get the goal early doors. And I have to say, the 4-4-2 for me, last year, it started to come into fruition, really. And this year, it seems to be very, very powerful. I'm not going to lie. I think even Huge Gorilla, obviously the pro player, I think even he's using a variation of a 4-4-2. I think it might be the 4-4-2 with the CDM when I hopped on his stream. So, you know, who knows? Maybe 4-4-2 could be one of the new... Well, actually, to be fair, it was kind of getting towards being one of the new meta formations last year. Maybe it is going to be the meta this year. I don't know how many of you in the comments, you know, if any of you want to comment, like, what formation you're currently using. I don't know how many of you perhaps might be already like using a 4-4-2 and might think it's decent, because personally I do think it's sick. It just adds up balance, and I think I did touch on it last episode, but like when you are stretching the opponent, when you're passing it left and right, you are just going to open up teams. You know, you've got the left mid, the right mid, both on the flanks, and then you've got obviously the two centre mids that can come forward and the two strikers. So you've got a lot of width and a lot of players available for the attack. So I have to say as well, definitely would recommend if you're going two up front to have a balance in terms of like one being a target man, because Yusuf Poulsen has been working incredibly well, and Bruma, like I thought Bruma was going to be the OP player here, but honestly Poulsen's kind of been better just because heading really is back. I feel like it is back, and I've scored a lot of goals off heading and just like winning the ball in the air. And I have to say, yeah, in terms of, there are definitely a lot of points of the game that they've refined and made a lot better. One of them is sort of like the physical and the heading kind of play, really. So we come up against this guy here, and he's actually a good player. He's got a 4-3-2-1, and you know, he's got a bit of sweat about him. And like I say, the heading, Yusuf Poulsen, that was a sick header as well. He really put some force into that, you know, like proper bang, you know, absolutely sent him to the shadow realm. So at this point, it's 1-1. And like I say, yeah, he is a good player. He's given me something to think about, you know. But we're catching him on the counter again as Bellarabi. Like, all of these players are cheap. This is a Bundesliga team for 40k. Like, in terms of the like a starting team that is solid quality. Look no further than the Bundesliga, at least from this was right at the start of the game. Who knows? Maybe players have gone up a little bit. I don't know. They might have gone down. I'm not sure. But once again, catch him on the counter. Yusuf Poulsen. But it's just so much pace available here, like Bruma especially. It's difficult because they have lowered, like I said already, like they've lowered the pool of players that you can pick from, because there's so many players that just aren't pacey anymore. But there's a lot of pacey, cheap players in the Bundesliga just to play with, you know, just to absolutely roast with. And Yusuf Poulsen, bit of a surprising moment there, because he was able to get away whilst dribbling with the ball. And like, you don't really see that as often. Because usually when you're dribbling with the ball, you kind of slow down quite a lot. But the thing is, to someone like Poulsen, he's got the physicality in order to hold off potentially, even if somebody does come across him. But at this point, it's just absolute domination. We're now... that was actually sick. We did a drag back, and the keeper's dived for it, and we've gone around his dive. Like, that was pretty sexy, I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, again, another dub. We're currently rank 1. I'd just like to focus on this centre-back here, because these stats are incredible. Like, you might have to pause it to go back, but with chem style, this guy is just absolutely insane. He's going to have 6 standing tackling. He's over 80 sprint speed from the get-go, so he's going to have like 80-something pace, 85 pace. He's quick, he's got strength, and he'll have standing tackling and everything you need. So, like, I don't know. I think a lot of people look at the defensive stats and think like, oh, this guy's got 85 or 90 defending. Like, that's a big thing. But to be honest, with chemistry styles, you can get them... I don't know how much difference it makes past like 85 standing tackling, for example. Like, with chem style, these guys are going to go up to like 85 standing tackling or something like that anyway. So, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But nonetheless, we're getting into squad battles now. At the end of the day, like, we're at that point on Division's rivals, or at least this is what I thought of the time. I didn't think of the time that the divisions, like, if you go up the divisions, or rather go down, I guess, but, like, down in the numbers, that is, in terms of, like, Division 4-3, I didn't know that you get more coins for switching divisions. Kind of seems stupid, but like I say, like the only sort of the only show that they had on for going up the divisions or whatever was a difference in like Foot Champs reward points or like a multiplier. So I had no idea. So therefore I just thought, you know, might as well get into squad battles. And we're just grinding against like legendary or whatever. Getting a decent amount of points. And it's just something that's got to be done. Like, I don't really enjoy squad battles, to be honest with you. I'd much rather play... If I was going to play against the AI, I'd much rather play career mode. But at the end of the day, this is early doors. And we can't do foot drafts because we're not a pay-to-win chap. So, yeah, we've got to do what we've got to do to get the coins at the end of the day. And there are some decent rewards. Problem is, like, I think I definitely should have sweated squad battles from the very start. Because the top 100 rewards, there's a big difference between the top 100 rewards and the Elite 1 rewards. So, the Elite 1 rewards, I think, are like 35k. Then it suddenly jumps top 100, something like 70-something k or something like that. And to be honest, I don't really think it's that difficult to get top 100 squad battles. Especially at the moment. It's quite easy, actually. Especially in EA Access, it definitely was doable. Like, no doubt about that. But the problem is that you have to play... You have to make sure you're playing those games every day. And sometimes I miss them. And it's just like... I fall behind you now. I can't be asked. But I definitely... I do regret not doing it, though, at the end of the day. But... we actually decided maybe... I don't know. Am I getting a bit too big for my boots here? Going up against ultimate difficulty. Decided to go for the 3-4-2-1. My idea was, like, we could play ultra aggressive. And maybe we'll rustle up the AI and get loads of goals. Because at the end of the day, goals... it was a bronze team. So that's what part of the reason I went for ultimate. But, you know, like, goals give you higher skill points and all the rest of it. So I thought, you know, why not? Why not just go for that 3-4-2-1 all-out attack? But ultimate is just ridiculous. It's stupid. Like, I almost feel like some of the passes that you do, I feel like it almost affects how, almost like affects the stats that you've got as well. Because some of the passes that you do, just like fall for them all the time. And it's like, it's really weird. Like, ultimate difficulty is really strange. We scored a sick goal there. Look at that. Keeper saves it, falls for him. We narrowly end up losing 3-2 in the end. I mean, it's just, ultimate difficulty is really like, I can't quite think of a word for it. It's like, it's really booky. Like, it's just really strange. I don't know. There's something about it. Like, it seems like they're good, but they're good because they're like lowering your stats or something. It just, the games are strange. But we come up against legendary and I'm like, hang on a minute. Did I leave it on ultimate or something? Like, how are they scoring that? So we switch up to the 4-3-2-1, which is actually one of the old Guardiola tactics that I used to use back in the day. We get back to 1-1. It's quite an attacking formation because we've got the right back on always overlap, the left back on always overlap. Everyone's coming forward. Yusuf Poulsen, 118th minute it took to get a goal and seal the deal there. So we get a win there. We're not doing too bad. We're currently still Elite 2. So we're in line for some pretty decent rewards. But realistically, we want to be going for Elite 1. Up against this team, 4-3-3. Solid players all round. Nice little team. Yusuf Poulsen gets away. My goodness, that is a nice finish too. Like, near post. And he's just doing bits for me. Like, he's got low dribbling. But, I don't know, there's something about him. Like, on the ball, he just seems to do bits as Witsel gets away. And he just takes me out. And that makes it 2-0. You know, this is quite a comfortable game at the end of the day. You go from playing Ultimate. And I think... At the same time, like, Ultimate, like I say, it's obviously very difficult, but it made me realize I'm just not good enough at the game yet. And also just playing Division Rivals, I've realized I'm just not good enough at the game at the moment. So, I've got a lot of probing to do. I've got a lot more sort of discovering to do, trying out skill moves. I haven't really got into the skill moves yet. Trying out a lot of skill moves, trying out formations. Really just finding something that works for me. And I feel like, you know, you guys watching this should definitely do the same. I definitely recommend that you also look at pro players, see what they're doing, because what they're doing is basically going to be some of the best stuff out there. Obviously, you can improve on that for your specific play style, but I definitely recommend it. You know, have a look at a pro player, see what they're doing. In other words, look at myself. Joking, chaps. Anyway, that is going to be the end of the video. Of course, we're currently rank 1 and Elite 1 on squad battles as well as Division Rivals, so it's looking pretty decent. And team's pretty sick as well in the 4-4-2. Let me know what you think about the game so far, what formations you're using. And I'll see you chaps and chapettes on the next one. My goodness me.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, I'll just flex no chap. Carrying a squad like a backpack with the strap. My power's double, yours is silly tool. Fraud into it in a jewel. What you doing here, you fool? Trust. You at the top like Snowden. I'm at the top like Everest. Quick scope, yeah, I never miss. Just flexing squad, they hella pissed. You at the top like Snowden. I'm at the top like Everest.